foil magic cards are really cool looking, but they have this issue where they curl really bad. And this is kind of more of a recent thing. This wasn't so much of an issue until a couple of years ago. Sometimes it's not that big of a deal, and sometimes it's awful. For example, I have this Phyrexian Swamp, and it is one of my favorite lands ever, period. And it's curled all to hell. So I have been thinking for the last little bit about what can we maybe do to make these cards playable. I mean, these aren't tournament legal. Like, these are not even nearly as bent as a lot of other examples I've seen, and these are probably bent enough that they're not tournament legal. So what can we do to fix that? So I have 4 different solutions that might work out. So we're gonna try those and check back in on them over the course of the next couple days. So this first method I'm going to try it on this Phyrexian Swamp because I think this is the method that's least likely to hurt the card. We're just going to put some weight on it and we're going to check back in on it tomorrow. So I have a decently thick book here and we're just going to put some pressure on it and check on it tomorrow, see if that helps. Option number 2, we're just going to do some normal ass planes. I don't want to... This is probably going to hurt to watch a little bit, but method number 2 is we're just going to try bending this sucker back into place. Now, this is kind of cringy to do, I'm going to be honest. It feels morally wrong. I think in theory, if this is just a card you own, I have done this before. I feel like that this is something that you can do just to get it flat enough that it's playable. So like if this is not like a valuable collector's item, and it's just like a card that you're gonna hold on to for the rest of your life, you're never gonna get rid of it, never gonna try to resell it, I feel like it's probably okay to do this, probably. It does kind of mess up the creases a little bit along the edges when you do that, but you do get it quite a bit flatter, as you can see. Yeah, I think that's quite a bit better. I think we're gonna let that sit for a day, make sure it takes well, and we'll check back in on it later. Okay, option number 3 is a major joke, but let's just try it. You never know. People always joke that foil magic cards are like Pringles. So here's what we're gonna do. I have a island here that is bent quite a bit, and we are going to tape it to a Pringles can and see if somehow that helps. Now this is obviously a joke. I don't actually expect this to work, but we're gonna try it out anyways. Yeah, again, this is rather cringy, but we're just gonna taper down here and we will check back in on that sucker tomorrow and see if that at all helps. And I said we'd have 4 methods. I'll show you the last one at the end of the video. We're gonna wait till tomorrow to check in on the results, and we'll go from there. So if you have other ideas on how to flatten cards, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you've tried or if you have just given up on foils, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
The next day.
All right, so it is now the next day. Let's see how these foils are looking. So here's the one we bent by hand. It's again, it's got some of the crease damage, which is just unfortunately going to happen when you do that by hand. And for the most part, it's kept its shape. It honestly could probably use another go over, but we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait another day and see if it still holds okay. But it kind of looks like this is not the move. So let's check the one that's been under the book. So that did not work at all, which is quite unfortunate. This is the specific card I want to get flattened. And it did not work all that well. That's still quite curled. That is quite unfortunate. I was gonna say let's give it a day and see how it looks. I don't think it can only get worse, right? So that's quite unfortunate. Here's the interesting one. The foil, the Pringle can could not fight the fury that is Wizards of the Coast foiling. It pulled right off. But let's see how this card is looking. Okay, that kind of worked actually. So that is not terrible. It's definitely uneven, but it's a lot better than I expected. So I'm gonna let this sit for a day, as well as the one that we did by hand, and come back tomorrow, see if those two are looking any better.
The next day.
All right, last time we're gonna check in and see how these foils are doing. So the Phyrexian Swamp, really, the book didn't do anything. It just That's not effective. I wish it was. It's not. Here is the planes that we tried bending back into shape, and honestly, it kind of just went back to almost as bad as it was originally just a couple days later. I don't think this is a very good way to do it because it does crease the sides. Like if these are cards that are never going to leave your personal collection, probably not a big deal. Probably doesn't matter. But if these are cards that that you want them to retain their value because you might sell them or trade them someday, this is not the way to do it. This is a good way to damage your cards. Now, surprisingly, the one that we put on the Pringle can, it's definitely not perfect, but it is looking better than it did originally. So of these 3 tested options, the meme option might be the best one. So maybe try it and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. All right, I told you at the end of this video we would have one last option for what to do with foils, and that is just foils don't rip very easily. Who knew? Just don't play them. Just buy singles so you know you're not going to get the foils, and just don't play foils. Then you won't have this issue. Hope you learned something today. Let me know down in the comments if you have another method that you've tried that you find is pretty effective. Otherwise, so far, of these options that we tried here in this video, Pringle can is somehow the best option. If you guys try that, let me know in the comments down below as well if that worked out well for you. And I will see you guys later. Make sure you're subscribed. See ya.